and we'll wait for all the very uncomfortable pauses as nobody wants to jump in and talk over each other.
I'll introduce myself, Gwen Stamey, OFM committee member.
And Assistant Attorney General Suzanne Becker, Vice Chair.
Steve, would you like to introduce yourself?
He is there, right?
He was on the call. I saw him, and he is unmuted.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I introduced myself first.
Oh. All right. So all these different platforms, I go from Zoom to Teams to Skype, now this, so, and they all have different ways of working. And the staff we have today with us is, of course, Russell Wood, you're here, and I see in one of the other staff, introduce yourselves.
Scott Sackett, Principal Records Management Consultant, State Archives over in Ellensburg.
Jamie Gansel, Senior Records Consultant in Olympia.
Molly Rooney, Senior Records Consultant in Bellingham.
Emily Veneman, Senior Records Consultant in Bellevue.
This is Charles Hilton. I'm Senior Records Consultant in Olympia.
And I think that is everyone.
Okay. The next item on the agenda then is the approval of the June 3rd, 2020 minutes. Has the committee had a chance to review those minutes as presented?
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions or discussions? Okay, hearing none. I would entertain a motion to approve the June 3rd, 2020 minutes.
I so move.
I second.
There a motion to approve the minutes as presented and a second. Is any request for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, call the question. All those in favor of approving the June 3rd, 2020 minutes as presented signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any
I'm
opposed?
abstaining. Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's right. You're abstaining, Ms. Stamey, because you were not present at the meeting.
Yep.
All right. All right. Any opposed? Hearing 3 to pass the minutes, 1 abstain, motion passes to approve the minutes. Next item on the agenda is adoption of today's agenda. Has everybody had a chance to review today's agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
Is there a motion to adopt today's agenda?
I move to adopt today's agenda.
Is there a second? Okay. Hearing that there's a motion and a second to approve today's agenda, no request for discussion. All in favor of adopting today's agenda signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none opposed and 4 ayes, the motion passes to adopt today's agenda unanimously. Next item on the agenda is the Washington State Archives update.
I'll be very brief. The main Washington State Archives building in Olympia and the Regional Archives building in Central Washington and Ellensburg have reopened to the general public. Researchers can come in by appointment only. If they walk in without an appointment, they're at risk of not being seated because we're doing social distancing in our research rooms. Our other regions around the state remain closed as the governor has placed a moratorium on further phasing advancements. So when those situations change in the other counties where we have regional branches, they will eventually reopen. For the meantime, Northwest and the eastern region are still closed to the general public. Other than that, we are still helping researchers by email and by telephone. So that's pretty much it for us.
All right. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is old business, and the only old business is agency schedule tabled from the previous meeting. It was the Statute Law Committee Code Revider's Office Records Retention Schedule. Has everybody had a chance to review that schedule?
Yes.
And Mr. Wood, everything was taken care of, right? I mean, we're ready to decide this now?
It for approval.
Okay, all right. All right, then I would entertain a motion. Is anybody here from the Code Revisor's office?
Looks like Jessica is on the call.
Okay, I would give her an opportunity if she wants to say anything. She doesn't have to, but I do want to give her that opportunity. Okay. You always try to wait a little bit because I'm trying to find the mute button and the unmute button. Okay. And the chat feature, great. So entertain a motion to adopt the state schedule general records, excuse me, the Statute Law Committee's Code Revisor Office Records Retention Schedule version 1.0.
I'll move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Hearing a motion to approve the Code Revisor's Office Record Retention Schedule version 1.0 and a second. Any requests for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, and call the question. All those in favor of approving the Code Revisor's Office Records Retention Schedule version 1.0 signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing 4 ayes and none opposed, the motion to adopt passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda is new business. First item under new business is updates to schedules applying to more than one agency, and we have the state government general records retention schedule version 6.1.
Yes, and Mr. Chair, this is Russell Wood again. There is only one update to the schedule, which is to add a new series that is an exception for screening records related to COVID-19 measures, such as temperature checks and gathering information for contact tracing. So we've added a retention where it is now going to be until no longer needed for agency business, instead of it falling under the default series for entry and exit logs, which had a retention of 6 years.
Right. Yeah, a lot of agencies, I think all the agencies are using a exit entrance log if they're coming into the building. I did have one question, and this is, and I notice when we have different versions, either, what determines whether you're going to go to a higher number, say like University of Washington, it's at 2.13, or this one is at 6.1. What determines when you've made changes so big that you're going to the next largest number, like 7, or say something like this? Is there any rule on that?
It depends. If normally if it's just a minor revision, it'll be a 0.1, 0.2. If it's a noticeable change to the schedule or a major update affecting large parts of the schedule to the point that it is noticeably different from the previous schedule, that's when we up it to the next number. So it's
Okay.
fairly arbitrary, but we try to make it indicative of whether or not this is a minor change or a major change.
Right. Okay. All right. Does anybody else from the committee have any questions?
No.
And some is with regard to the general records retention schedule for state government version 6.1. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
And the second?
I second.
Hearing a motion to approve the general records retention schedule version 6.1 and a second. Is there any request for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, we'll call the question. All those in favor of approving the state government general records retention schedule version 6.1 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing 4 ayes and none opposed, a motion to approve the records retention schedule version 6.1 passes unanimously. Next items under new business are the updates to individual agency schedules. The first being the Office of Attorney General Records Retention Schedule version 1.3. Is there anybody here from the AG's office?
I am Kristen Young.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
No. But I'll
Okay,
answer
all right.
questions.
I don't have any questions. Does anybody from the committee have any questions?
No.
All right. So with regard to the Office of the Attorney General Records Retention Schedule version 1.3, is there a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Second.
Okay, the motion to approve the Records Retention Schedule 1.3 for the Attorney General's office has been moved and seconded. Any requests for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, call the question. All those in favor of approving the Office of Attorney General Records Retention Schedule version 1.3 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none opposed and
Aye.
4 ayes.
Ooh, sorry, 3 ayes. I am abstaining
Oh,
from
you're
the,
abstaining.
yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Sorry, I should have called that.
no.
So 3 ayes, 1 abstention, no nays. The motion to approve the Attorney General Records Retention Schedule version 1.3 passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the University of Washington Records Retention Schedule version 2.3. Is there anybody here from the University of Washington?
I am Barbara Benson. Hi.
Hi, you're monthly. I mean, you're with us almost every meeting. So, you know.
I know, sad to say, but you know, I've got a rockin' staff and we get some work done. So we need to see the SRC every time you guys meet.
You have a huge operation, and just it's amazing how large the operation for University of Washington and Washington State University is. So, thank you.
Yeah.
So we have the University of Washington Records Retention Schedule version 2.13. Is the committee is there any questions?
No.
Hearing no questions, is there a motion to approve the Office of the University of Washington Records Retention Schedule version 2.13?
I move to approve.
For second?
Second.
A motion to approve the University of Washington Records Retention Schedule version 2.13 been made and seconded. Is there any request for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, we'll call the question. All those in favor of approving University of Washington Records Retention Schedule version 2.13 signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? A motion to approve the records retention schedule for the University of Washington 2.13 passes unanimously. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
The next item on the agenda is the Washington State University Records Retention Schedule version 1.3. Is there anybody here from the Washington State University?
Yes, I am, Herbert.
All right. And is there anything that you'd like to say?
No.
All right. Well, thank you. Any questions from the committee? Hearing none. With regard to Washington State University Records Retention Schedule version 1.3, is there a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Second.
A motion to approve has been made and seconded. Any requests for discussion? All those in favor of approving the Washington State University Records Retention Schedule version 1.3 signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing 4 ayes and none opposed, the motion to approve the Washington State University Records Retention Schedule version 1.3 passes unanimously. The next item, excuse me? Oh, I heard some noise. The next item on the agenda is the first comprehensive versions of agency schedules. The first one being Board of Registration for Professional Engineers and Land Surveyors, Records Retention Schedule version 1.0. I believe this was before had been done by the Department of Licensing, and now there's an independent board. And this is the reason that we have this. Is there anybody from the board here?
Yes.
All right. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
No.
All right. Thank you very much. Is there any questions from the committee? Hearing no questions, for the matter of the Board of Registration for Professional Engineer and Land Surveyors Records Retention Schedule version 1.0, is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Hearing a motion to approve and a second for the Board of Registration for Professional Engineers and Land Surveyors Retention Schedule version 1.0, is there any request for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, I'll call the question. All those in favor of approving as presented, the Board of Registration for Professional Engineers and Land Surveyors Record Retention Schedule version 1.0, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Any nays? Any abstentions? The motion to approve passes unanimously 4-0. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is the Employment Security Department Record Retention Schedule version 1.0. Is there anybody here from the Employment Security Department? Okay.
There are a couple on the call, but maybe they're
Okay. Well, again, sometimes it's the mute button, you know, and you're digging for it.
yes.
So I just want to make sure they don't have anything that they wanted to say. And I didn't see anything in comments either. So with regard to the Employment Security Department Records Retention Schedule version 1.0, are there any questions from the committee? Hearing no questions from the committee, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
That has been a motion to approve and a second. Any request for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, I'll call the question. All those in favor of approving the Employment Security Department Records Retention Schedule version 1.0 as presented signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion to approve the Employment Security Department Records Retention Schedule version 1.0 passes unanimously. Thank you for being here. The next item on the agenda is the Department of Retirement Systems Records Retention Schedule version 1.1. Oh, and the individuals from Employment Security had indicated that on chat that they were not able to get their audio to work, is why they didn't say anything. But we have now the Department of Retirement Systems Record Retention Schedule version 1.0. Is there anybody here from the Department of Retirement Systems?
Yes, there is. Kelly O'Brien.
Well, thank you much for being here today. Is there anything that you'd like to say? Love your backyard.
Thank you. No, I'm good.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Is there any questions from the committee? Hearing no questions, is there a motion regarding the Department of Retirement Systems Record Retention Schedule version 1.0?
I move to approve.
I'll
Second.
second.
Is there a motion in multiple seconds to approve the Department of Retirement Systems Records Retention Schedule version 1.0? Is there any request for discussion? Hearing no request for discussion, I'll call the question. All those in favor of approving the Department of Retirement Systems Record Retention Schedule version 1.0 signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing 4 ayes to pass. Motion to approve passes unanimously. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. The next item on the agenda is 5, Roman numeral 5, other business. Is there any other business?
No, there is no other business.
All right. Thank you very much for that. And then the next item on the agenda is 6. It's the next meeting, which is October 7th, 2020, which will most likely also be a virtual meeting. And any other questions, discussions? No? All right. Last item on the agenda is 7 is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. The motion to adjourn passes unanimously, and we adjourn this meeting at 10:23 a.m. on August 5th, 2020.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good to see
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Hang in there.